Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, going to talk through a couple of my favorite plays on Prizepicks for today's slate for Monday, May the 2nd. I do have 3 plays I'm going to share for Monday's slate. We once again have 2 games on Monday, and I think pretty much moving forward till the end of the second round of the playoffs, until we have until these series start to wrap up, we're going to have 2 games every single day. There might be a day where we get like 3 games, I think, if all these series go the full 7 games, which probably won't happen. But we got 2 games for today. We'll talk through the 3 props that I was able to find that I did like for these 2 games. And as always, guys, appreciate you checking out these videos. If you enjoy these videos, hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. If you are new here, I do plan on uploading these Prizepicks videos pretty much every single day throughout the playoffs up until the end of the season, till the end of the NBA Finals. I'm going to try and upload these videos every single day for you guys, every day that we have games. And also, I haven't fully decided yet, but I think after the NBA season ends, especially with how well these Prizepicks videos have doing, I might start dabbling into MLB. I do cover MLB. I've been playing MLB DFS since I started playing DFS like 5-6 years ago. So I have a pretty good background with MLB. It's a sport I'm pretty familiar with. So I was planning on potentially making MLB content, Prizepicks content after the NBA season ends. For now, with NBA going on, that's going to be my focus. But we'll see. After NBA season's over, I might start making some MLB Prizepicks content if you guys are into that. But real quickly before we talk through the plays I like for today, we can recap Sunday's plays. And finally, thank God, Sunday we had a clean sweep. We went 3-0 on the 3 plays we gave out Sunday. We had been struggling, or at least I had been struggling so bad over the last week and a half, 2 weeks. But I really thought, with the second round of the playoffs starting up, with most likely having competitive games every night, our guys playing massive minutes, felt like this is probably going to be a time where we could start to get some wins under our belt, and we were able to do so on Sunday. We did hit all 3 of our plays over 29.5 points per rebound assist for Drew Holiday. Really wasn't much of a sweat. Drew finished with 39 PRA, and then the over 23.5 points for John Morant. That wasn't much of a sweat either. John Morant finished with 34 points, and then Giannis over 5.5 assists wasn't a sweat either. I think Giannis had 6 assists already at halftime and finished with 12 assists. So all of our plays crushed on Sunday. Hopefully you guys tailed, were able to make some money. And again, I got 3 plays for today. I'm hoping we can get some more success for today. Hopefully we can get another clean sweep today. But as always, we'll share these plays, share why I like them. And yeah, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to Prizepicks, you have not yet, you can sign up with my promo code Noah. Prizepicks will match your first deposit up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. And once again, for Monday's games, the lines on Prizepicks compared to like other sports books, you're getting some great lines, like some great value on Prizepicks. A lot of their projections, a lot of their lines are like 1 to 2 points, some even like 3 points lower than what the books have. So we're going to talk through those, some of the props I like for today, and kind of compare them to what the draft, like what the sports books have, what DraftKings Sportsbook has, and you'll kind of see a big difference. But yeah, definitely get over to Prizepicks, sign up with promo code Noah. You'll get your first deposit matched up to $100. And I also want to mention real quickly that it is the beginning of the month, so that is always the best time to join on Patreon. If you guys have been interested in joining the Patreon, I do provide additional Prizepicks plays over there every single day. You can check that out. It's linked down below in the description. You can also get access to our Discord chat. You can get all of my other DFS content as well. I provide that on Patreon. It's linked down below if you're interested, and definitely check that out. Again, it's the first of the month, so that is always the best time to join the Patreon, just so that way you get the most money out of, or the most value, I should say, out of your subscription, for your money's worth. But yeah, 3 plays for today, and we're going to start off with these Philly guys. So obviously Philly playing without Joel Embiid today. This is kind of maybe a little bit of a riskier spot. Right now they are like 7.5, 8-point dogs heading into Miami. Miami is obviously a very good team. This is a game that maybe has some blowout risk when you factor in that Philly's going to be without Embiid. But I think these lines are just too low today for all these Philly guys. And the first one that really stood out to me was James Harden. So I really like a lot of James Harden's props today. I think his points prop, 23.5, that is too low. I think his PRA at 40.5 is also too low. And this is the one that I'm going to be taking specifically for this video. Over 40.5 points rebound assist for James Harden is a play that I love today. So we don't have too much of a sample with Harden playing without Embiid this season. Harden has yet to play in a game without Embiid since he's been on the Sixers. I know Embiid has missed some games. Towards the end of the regular season, Embiid sat some games, but I think Harden sat all those games as well. Like Harden wasn't playing either. So this is the first game we're going to see Harden playing without Embiid for a full game. We do have though a 189-minute sample of Harden playing without Embiid this season for Philly. And the numbers are just fantastic. 36% usage rate, which leads the team. 53% assist percentage, averaging over 30 points per 36, over 10 assists per 36, and 6.5 rebounds. So Harden's averaging over 46 points, rebound, assists per 36 without Embiid this season. Again, it is a small sample size, only 189 minutes, but Harden clearly gets a massive bump with Embiid off the floor. And you take a look at the usage differential, 11% bump in usage for Harden. Like, his numbers are just massive without Embiid. Again, it's a tough matchup against Miami, and we saw Miami do a really good job of slowing down Trae Young. Maybe Miami throws a lot of traps at James Harden, just forces other guys to beat them. But I think Harden's just going to have such a massive role. His usage is going to be through the roof. He's going to have to take a ton of shots. We know Harden can rebound, can get assists. He's a guy that offers triple-double upside every night, which is one of the reasons I like taking the over on his PRA, because maybe if Harden has like a mediocre shooting game, only shoots like 8 for 25 or something, let's say he scores 20 points, Harden can get 15 assists and 8 rebounds and still hit PRA, because we've seen him have big assist games. He's got a 53% assist percentage without Embiid on the floor this year. He still averages over 6 rebounds per 36. And Harden is going to play massive minutes here. In that series against Toronto, he was playing like 40 minutes a night, 42, 40, 42, 38, 41, 40. He's going to play 40-plus minutes most likely. They need scoring. Obviously, Harden can provide that. I know Harden has not had massive games with Philly this year. He's had maybe 1 or 2. But I think this is definitely a time where Harden is going to have to take over without Embiid. He's going to have to be the number one guy. I think we'll see increased opportunity for both Tobias Harris and Tyrese Maxey. And specifically, we'll talk about Tobias Harris in a second. But I really like this one, over 40.5 points, rebound, assists for James Harden. I just think James Harden's going to have a massive role. I mean, you can look at the numbers he put up when he was on the Rockets without Russell Westbrook, whenever he would be off the floor, without Chris Paul, whenever Chris Paul was on the team and he would sit games. I mean, Harden would just go out there and dominate the usage. I think that's going to be what we get today. Again, the matchup's tough. Miami's probably going to trap Harden. They might try and put different kind of coverages on him, but Harden's one of these guys that can just facilitate. He's a good scorer. He can, obviously a one-on-one player. He's a great one-on-one scorer. I like this one a lot. I think over 40.5 PRA for James Harden looks great. I think if you want to take over 23.5 points, that looks great as well. Harden should smash here. His role should be massive. He should get a ton of usage. I think he's just going to have a great game. So I think all these lines are too low, and the over 40.5 PRA I really like for James Harden today. Now, the second prop that I like is a PRA prop. Going to be on the other game, though, in this Phoenix-Dallas game. So Chris Paul is a guy that I've been, kind of routing a lot in the playoffs this year. So far in the playoffs, through those 6 games with the against the Pelicans, he was pretty much crushing every night. He had one bad game where, he shot only took 8 shots, had 4 points, 3 rebounds, 11 assists. Outside of that one game, Chris Paul has gone over 30.5 points, rebound, assists in every game except that one. He had 30, 10, and 7 in game 1 of the Pelican series, 17, 14, and 1, 28, 14, and 4. Obviously, game 4 was really disappointing. He really let down, but that was just kind of an outlier, fluky performance. Game 5 had 22, 11, and 6. Game 6, the closeout game, he had 33, 8, and 5. So he's been crushing in the playoffs so far. He's been playing massive minutes, 36 to 40 minutes a night. I know Devin Booker is back. Obviously, Devin Booker returned last game. Devin Booker clearly was not 100% last game. He only took 12 shots. His usage was not super high. He didn't play his full 40 minutes. He played 32 minutes. So we probably do get a healthier Devin Booker heading into today. Devin Booker might play his normal minutes, 36 to 40 minutes. His usage is probably going to go up, from what it was last game. But I still think Chris Paul is going to have a massive role. And we saw whenever Devin Booker was out, Chris Paul's PRA was 37.5, 38.5, 36.5. I know Devin Booker's back, but I don't think the book should have dropped Chris Paul's PRA all the way down to 30.5. I think it should have been 33, 34. And if you look at DraftKings Sportsbook, so that's something I want to talk about as well. Forgot to mention this. So the PRA for Chris Paul on DraftKings Sportsbook, it's currently set at 31.5 with minus 135 on the over. So a lot of people betting the over on 31.5, and on Prizepicks is only, it's a point lower than that. And then the James Harden one, I forgot to mention this, on DraftKings Sportsbook is pretty much even money right now, but James Harden's PRA on DraftKings Sportsbook is set at 42.5, and on Prizepicks it's 2 points less, 40.5. So that's another incentive. All these lines on Prizepicks are lower than what the books have, which again is why I'm kind of liking a lot of overs today. And this one I like a lot, over 30.5 PRA for Chris Paul. Again, he hit this in 5 out of the 6 games against the Pelicans in that playoff series. You can look at his usage in the playoffs so far. I mean, he's basically had the second highest usage rate on the team. I know Cameron Payne has had high usage, but that's been in a pretty small sample size. Obviously, Cameron Payne is not going to play a ton of minutes. I think Chris Paul is going to have a big role in the playoffs. During the regular season when Devin Booker was healthy, Chris Paul was not a guy that would consistently put up huge games, but so far in the postseason, he's been way more aggressive offensively. We know he's always going to get a ton of assists. He's one of the best facilitators. He's leading the postseason in potential assists per game, so we know he's going to probably get double-digit assists. He's been getting good amount of rebounds as well, 5, 6, 3, 4 rebounds, 7, 6 rebounds. I think Chris Paul's good to get probably at least 9, 10 assists, 4 or 5 rebounds. If he can score 18 to 20 points, feel pretty confident he's going to hit this PRA. I mean, the shot attempts have been there, 14, 18, 18, 16, 16 shot attempts. Even last game when Devin Booker returned, Chris Paul still shot the ball 14 times, had 33 points. Outside of that one game, it was game 4 when he had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 11 assists. Outside of that game, Chris Paul has been crushing every night in the playoffs. His minutes have been super high. And I don't think anything's going to change today. I think we're going to see a massive role once again for CP3. Big minutes once again. Even with Devin Booker, maybe back to full strength, maybe playing his full minutes. I don't think that's enough to take me off this line. I think this PRA line for Chris Paul should still be, in the mid-30s, 34.5, 35.5. I think just 30.5 is too low. So really like this one a lot as well, over 30.5 points, rebound, assist for Chris Paul. And then our third and final pick, going back to the Sixers, over 16.5 points for Tobias Harris. So obviously Tobias Harris without Joel Embiid does get a pretty big bump. And his points prop really didn't move much at all. I want to say in their last series, in that game 6 against Toronto, I think his points prop was 15.5 or 14.5. So it basically only bumped up 2 points, which is just not enough. I mean, you look at the usage differential this season. Obviously, we talked about Harden and how big of a usage bump he gets without Joel Embiid. Well, Tobias Harris, 6.9, very nice. 6.9% usage bump without Joel Embiid this season. Obviously, Tyrese Maxey gets a big bump as well, 6% bump in usage. But you look at the points per 36, Tobias Harris, it's a pretty good sample size. He's played 718 minutes without Joel Embiid on the floor this season, averaging 24.5 points per 36. And in the playoffs, we can expect Tobias Harris to play way over 36 minutes. I think he played 40-plus minutes in every single game against Toronto. He played, 37 in a blowout, 39 in pretty much a blowout. They won by 15, 47 in a game that went to overtime, 41, 44, and then last game in a blowout played 38. So if this game's close, which there is some blowout risk, they're 8-point dogs on the road. Maybe Miami blows out Philly here, but I'm going to bank on this game staying close. And if it does, I think we're getting 40, 42 minutes from Tobias Harris. Obviously, without Joel Embiid, there's just so much usage available, and I expect Tobias Harris to be a guy that has to be more aggressive offensively, take more shots, and you can look at his stats without Embiid this season. They're great. He's averaging over 24.5 points per 36. I know the matchup against Miami is tough, but volume, usage, that outweighs matchup for me, and this is another prop I like a lot. So these are my 3 picks for today, guys. Over 40.5 PRA for James Harden, over 30.5 PRA for Chris Paul, and over 16.5 points for Tobias Harris. I feel really good about these props. Again, it's just a 2-game slate, but there was a good amount that stood out. These were my 3 favorite plays from what I found kind of at first look. As always, guys, I will share some additional plays that I do like over on Patreon. So if you guys have been enjoying these first look videos, if you've been tailing some of the free plays I give out every day on YouTube and you want to get more plays from me, provide those over on Patreon. You can check that out. Link down below in the description. And as we mentioned, it is the beginning of the month. That's always the best time to join Patreon, so that way you get the most value, most money out of your subscription. You get the most bang for your buck. But yeah, guys, appreciate you watching. Hit that like button if you did enjoy. Hit that subscribe button as well. Again, if you have not signed up for Prizepicks yet, you can use my promo code NOAH. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you do sign up with my promo code. But good luck tonight, guys. Thanks as always for checking out this video. Hopefully we can get another clean sweep on Monday. Go 3-0 once again. That would obviously be huge. I want to try and get on a little bit of a roll. I know we've been really struggling over the last week or two, but I feel like we're going to start to get on a little bit of a heater, and I'm hoping that we can have another good night tonight, hit all 3 of our plays. But yeah, good luck tonight, guys. Thanks as always for watching the video. Hope you did enjoy. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.